Oh, it's bright out here today. This is the first video on a make on a budget series that we're going to start doing, and today it is the turn of a know your limits target. Now if you don't know what a know your limits target is, it's where you start with a larger target and you go down to the smallest target. So I'm going to do a video, show you how to make this, then we're going to shoot it. Now this came in at under 10 quid, £9.68, so falls well into the budget category. Looking online, they are considerably dearer. Now, how well this holds up, I've no idea, but we'll find out. As this is a series, we're going to do other videos, so I'll do a dueling tree, we're going to do a shooting bench on a budget, and then if you've got any other ideas, stick it down in the comments and we can have a go at building those too. Hope you enjoy this video. Right, here we are in my home workshop. It's not very big, but for what I do day to day, which is make bespoke furniture, it's perfect. Let me give you a rundown of the bits that we're going to need, and I'll also go through the prices and how much they cost as we go along. First of all, guys, let me just apologise for the sound quality. I'm going to shoot this off my phone because I don't want the camera to get covered in dust. Now, these are little measuring spoons that I found on Amazon. Don't know whether it'll focus. They were about £5.29 for these 5. I picked these because they go down to this really small size. Don't know whether you can see that. Come on, focus. It's not having it. Anyway, now what I will say is they're not very thick. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus here. There you go. So I'm not sure how much of a beating these are actually going to take with an air rifle. There were a few other options actually, sets with 9 or 10 spoons in, and they were a lot thicker, but they didn't quite go down to that smaller size. So that is an option for you. That was a little bit dearer, 10 or 15 pounds I think. But I went with these, £5.29. We'll see how we get on with them. They might only last a dozen pellets, but who knows. Next up, these little galvanized staples. Now we only need 5 of them. I mean, they're like 10p each, so 50p for those. What I'm going to do with those, I'm going to feed them through here and nail it to the 4x2 to create basically a swinging target, like so. It's going to be some really basic stuff, but you know, it's a bit of fun, and hopefully these are things that are cheap and you can do them at home yourself. Few screws, I mean 8p each. What more can I say about those? Now what I will say is the screws and the staples, I am saying they're 8p and 10p. However, you can't buy them individually, or you probably can somewhere, but I couldn't buy them. So I actually bought a kilo of these, about 100 of them. And these also come in a box of 100, so maybe I'm cheating, who knows. Next up, length of 3x2. Nothing exciting. I'm using untreated, but use whatever you know, you can literally use any wood here, it doesn't matter. The timber is about £3.25 for a length, so that's it. What we'll do now is we'll get into the build, show you how to put it together, and then we'll shoot it. So I'm cutting 4 legs, 45-degree angle on both ends. Roughly long point to long point, we're going to be 400mm. I'll show you what that looks like in a second. it's worth pointing out here that I'm using a mitre saw, but if you haven't got one, a hand saw will do the trick. Four legs, what we're basically going to do, screw them together like that, either side of a piece in the middle. It's not going to look very pretty, but it'll do the job. Now we've got the four legs cut, we need to make the middle piece. All it's going to be is a straight bit of timber. I'm going to make mine roughly 600 millimeters. Now what that's going to do is let me put my targets at 100 millimeter intervals, because I've got 5 of them. So I'm going to come 100 mil in, mark that, mark 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and then there's a gap to the end. So we'll cut on the 600. I'm just going to mark these along the bottom, so I know where I'm going to put my targets. In reality, it doesn't have to be this precise. Should end up with a piece of wood like that, 5 marks on it. So I've had a bit of a change of plan mid-build. Originally, my plan was to fix the legs like this. However, what I've decided to do is I'm going to fix the legs together first and then fix the cross piece in the middle. Now, it doesn't really matter which way you do this, just for me, aesthetically, like that you end up with a big gap at the bottom. So personally I'm going to do it like that, but it really does not matter which way you do it. Right, let's screw these together. Now, doing it this way might mean that you use a few more screws, so add another 8p to your budget. So we need to fix these together. I am going to do this really crudely. This is not a fine piece of joinery. Do not judge my bespoke furniture and what I'm doing here. One leg. Two legs. I'm going to throw another screw in from the other way too. So we've got our two legs. What I've done is I've marked up where the bottom of that needs to sit. I've just evened it out on both pieces, so we can fix that on now. So here's a good little tip. It's not very easy to hold this in place, so if you drive a screw through, have it just sticking out a little bit, you can then line up where you need to be, push it on, and it should stay in place while you screw it up. Go. Stick another one in, a bit lower down. And repeat for the other end. screw poking through. Roughly line up with your marks. That's where I want it, I'm happy with that. That's your frame done. Now to put on the targets. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our measuring spoons. Like I said before, we've already marked out where we want them. Get them in size order. All you need to do is get one of these staples, feed it through. Get it exactly where you want it. Just enough so it spins like that. And repeat for all 5. There we have it. There you go, guys. One know your limits target. It's a bit crude, but it will do the job. And under a tenner as well. I think it come in for me at £9.68. Now we can get to shooting it, see if it actually holds up to pellets. I'll give it a little bit of a lick of paint and stuff and make it look pretty, but it's not necessary. Well, that's just great, isn't it? It was beautiful a second ago. Welcome to England. All right, let's give it a go. Boom. Okay, well, it's a know your limits target on a budget, but the spoons aren't in great condition, are they? So what I suggest is that we buy some heavier duty measuring spoons. Wow, let me just unclip you from here. Oh, look at that. Wow. I mean, it worked, and I hit them all. That's pretty good. I'll straighten them out, have another go, but yeah. I think I'll do a round 2 with some stronger spoons. Crikey. And there it is, guys, a know your limits target on a budget of 10 quid. I would say it was a complete failure because the spoons bend. Having said that, you can just bend them back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the slightly heavier duty ones off Amazon and see if they hold up anymore, and I'll keep you updated. I mean, technically it worked and I hit them all, so good shooting. But yeah, so that's the know your limits target on a budget. Next time we'll either do a dueling tree or a shooting table, because I need a shooting table. This pallet thing isn't any good for me, really. It's a bit wobbly, so that could be an option. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Anyway, thanks guys. I've been Joey, and I'll see you in the next one.